Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the English Hub. I'm David Miller.
And I'm Jessica Martin. Hi, everyone.
We're so happy you're here with us today in sunny Los Angeles. Well, not so sunny anymore. It's autumn. The summer has just packed its bags and said, see you next year.
Exactly. The weather is cooler, the leaves are falling, and I already saw the first pumpkin spice latte on my way here.
Oh, no. Not the pumpkin spice. Every autumn, Jessica drinks more pumpkin spice lattes than the number of miles she travels on the bus.
Hey, don't make fun of my bus life. The bus is an adventure. Today, the bus driver was singing out loud. He thought he was Beyoncé.
Did he hit the high notes?
Of course not, but I respect the confidence.
Meanwhile, I came here in my car, the luxury car.
Oh, Mr. Business Owner. Everyone, this man drives like he's in a movie. Black sunglasses, one hand on the wheel, the other hand probably holding a croissant.
Don't tell them about the croissant.
I will, because our listeners should know the truth.
All right. Listeners, wherever you are right now, whether you're at home, at work, or maybe even on the bus with Beyoncé, the driver, we want you to relax. Get comfortable.
Yes, grab a cup of coffee, tea, hot chocolate, or maybe just water, whatever makes you feel cozy.
This is not a school lesson. We don't give you homework, no tests.
Yes, just background English. You can listen to us while cooking, cleaning, walking, or hiding from your boss at work.
Exactly. You're welcome here, and today we're talking about something simple but powerful, how small habits can change your life.
Oh, yes. The little things you do every day, like drinking water, reading 5 minutes, or even making your bed. These tiny habits can completely transform your life.
So, let's dive in, but first, Jess, tell us more about Beyoncé on the bus.
Oh, David, you're not ready for this story.
So, Jess, here's a question. Why do you think people underestimate small actions?
Maybe because they look too small. Like people want big results right away. Like I'll go to the gym once and tomorrow I'll look like a superhero.
Exactly. We expect instant results, but small actions are like drops of water. One drop doesn't do much, but over time, it fills a glass.
Yes. And sometimes people think small actions are not important. Like, why should I read for 5 minutes? That's nothing. But 5 minutes every day is 35 minutes a week. That's hours in a month.
Right. And the funny thing is, we notice big mistakes, but not small improvements. If you don't brush your teeth for one day, nothing terrible happens. But if you don't brush for 1 year, you'll have no teeth left.
Oh, David, that's true. So the real problem is that we don't see the result immediately. Humans like quick rewards.
Yes, and when the reward is slow, we lose motivation. That's why small habits feel invisible at the beginning.
But in the long run, small actions are the strongest. Like autumn leaves falling one by one. They look small, but in 1 week, the whole street is covered in gold.
Wow, poetic. Jess, are you secretly a writer?
No, just a bus poet.
Bus poet, coming soon to bookstores near you. Okay, Jess, we just said that people underestimate small actions, but there's a big idea here. It's called the compound effect.
Ah, yes, like interest in the bank?
Exactly. When you save a little money, it looks small at first. But with time, interest adds more and more and more. Suddenly, your small savings become something big.
David, you sound like a financial advisor now.
Save money with David Miller and Company.
Don't tempt me. But really, the same is true for habits. Small daily actions grow over time.
I love this. Let's give an example. Imagine reading just 5 pages a day. Only 5.
That sounds too easy.
Yes, but after 1 year, that's over 1,800 pages. That's like 5 or 6 books.
Wow! So 5 minutes a day can make you a book person?
Exactly. Or think about language learning. If you learn just 5 new words every day, after 1 year, that's more than 1,800 words.
And with 1,800 words, you can really communicate. Not Shakespeare, but close.
Oh, yes, Shakespeare, but on the bus. To sit or not to sit? That is the question.
Perfect. Another example, exercise. If you do 10 push-ups every morning, it looks like nothing. But in 1 year, that's more than 3,500 push-ups.
Whoa, that's impressive. And maybe your arms will finally look like a superhero. Careful, Jess. Next year, I'll come to the studio in a cape.
And I'll still be on the bus.
But this is the magic of the compound effect. Small things add up. Slowly, quietly.
Yes, and the funny thing is, we also have a negative compound effect.
Ooh, good point.
Like drinking 1 can of soda? No problem. Drinking one every day for a year, that's a mountain of sugar.
Yes. Or staying up late. One night, fine. Every night for months? Hello, panda eyes.
Exactly. So the compound effect works both ways, positive or negative.
So, listeners, here's the big takeaway. Don't underestimate small habits. The little things you do today can build your future or break it.
Wow, that sounded serious. Like a movie trailer.
Coming soon, the compound effect. One habit at a time.
Oh, yes, starring David Miller as Mr. Push-Up.
And Jessica Martin as the bus poet.
Oh, yes, that's me.
All right, Jess, we talked about the compound effect, but let's get really practical. What are some tiny habits people can do every morning?
Ah, yes. Let's start simple. Making your bed.
Oh, the classic.
Yes, some people think, why make the bed? I'll just sleep in it again tonight.
That's exactly what I think sometimes.
But making your bed gives you a tiny success right at the start of the day. It's like telling your brain, look, I did something productive.
Right, and it takes what? 30 seconds?
Exactly. 30 seconds for a better mood, a little bit of order, and you don't feel like a sleepy bear all day.
You're convincing me, Jess. Maybe tomorrow I'll try.
Maybe tomorrow? Come on, Mr. Luxury Car, start today.
All right. I'll report back next episode.
Good. And another powerful habit, drinking water in the morning.
Yes, that's something I actually do.
Really? Not just coffee?
Coffee after water. The water wakes up your body, like pressing the start button.
Exactly. Your body is dehydrated after sleeping all night. A glass of water is like saying, good morning, body, let's go.
And it's so easy. No money, no gym membership, no special app, just water.
Yes, and if you do it every day, it becomes automatic, like brushing your teeth.
Or like putting on sunglasses in Los Angeles.
True. Everyone in LA looks like a movie star because of the sunglasses.
So morning routines don't need to be complicated. You don't have to wake up at 5 a.m., run a marathon, and write a book before breakfast.
No, just small, friendly steps. Make your bed, drink water, maybe stretch for 2 minutes.
And those little things can change the feeling of your whole day.
Exactly. Tiny wins in the morning equals more energy, more motivation, and a better mood.
All right, Jess, but let's be honest. How often do you really make your bed?
Next question, please.
Okay, fair enough. So, Jess, we've talked about making your bed and drinking water. But here's another important habit. Movement.
Oh, yes, so important. And I don't mean going to the gym for 2 hours. I mean small things, like a 5-minute stretch.
Exactly. 5 minutes doesn't sound like much, but it wakes up your body. You know, I tried stretching last week.
Oh, really? What happened?
Well, my dog thought I was playing. Suddenly, I had 15 kilos of fur jumping on me.
Oh, no. So much for relaxing yoga.
Yes, it was more like wrestling yoga.
I'd pay to see that. But seriously, stretching is amazing. It improves your posture, gives you energy, and helps you feel less stiff.
And then there's walking. Short walks are underrated.
Totally. Even 10 minutes outside can clear your mind. And if you do it daily, it's like meditation with your legs.
Meditation with your legs. I love that. And walking in autumn is extra nice. The air is cooler, the leaves are colorful, and you can crunch them under your shoes.
Yes, crunchy leaves. That's one of the best free pleasures in life.
It really is. And short walks add up, too. Remember the compound effect? If you walk 10 minutes a day, in 1 year, that's more than 60 hours of walking.
Wow, that's like walking from Los Angeles to, I don't know, San Diego.
Maybe not that far, but yes, it's a lot.
And you don't even need special equipment. No weights, no machines, just comfortable shoes.
Exactly. Movement is medicine, and 5 minutes is enough to start.
Yes, so listeners, remember, if you can't do a marathon, that's okay. Just stretch, walk a little, dance in your kitchen, whatever makes your body happy.
Dance in your kitchen. Jess, is that your secret morning routine?
Maybe. If Beyoncé is on the bus, she's also in my kitchen.
Oh no, not Beyoncé again. So Jess, we've talked about movement, stretching, walking, but there's another small habit that makes a big difference. Food.
Food. Now I'm hungry.
Sorry about that. But I mean simple changes like eating one extra fruit or vegetable every day.
Yes, people think they need a giant diet plan or some crazy detox, but really just one apple, one carrot, or even a handful of spinach can change things over time.
Right, and it's easier than trying to change everything at once. You don't need to throw away all your cookies.
Thank goodness. I love cookies. But yes, it's about balance. If you add something healthy, you slowly crowd out the unhealthy stuff.
Exactly. And the cool thing is, your taste actually changes.
True. When you eat more fruit, you start to want fruit, and vegetables become less scary.
Less scary? Were you afraid of broccoli?
Yes. When I was a kid, broccoli looked like tiny green trees. And I thought, trees are not food.
Oh no. But now?
Now I love them, especially roasted with olive oil.
See, that's the point. Small steps. One fruit, one vegetable a day. It's easy. And in 1 year, that's over 350 extra healthy choices.
Wow, that sounds impressive. And imagine the vitamins, the energy, the better skin, the better mood.
Yes, food is fuel, and better fuel means a better day.
So, listeners, you don't need a complicated diet. Just ask yourself, what fruit or vegetable can I add today?
Even if it's just one banana.
Or one tomato.
Or one grape?
Okay, maybe more than one grape. But yes, every little bit counts.
That's the compound effect. Again, your body thanks you later.
And in autumn, it's even easier. Apples, pumpkins, pears, so many delicious options.
Yes, but no more pumpkin spice lattes, Jess.
Never. Pumpkin spice is forever.
Okay, Jess, we've covered food, movement, water, all the basics. But there's one thing people often forget: sleep.
Yes, sleep is like the secret superpower, but many people don't treat it that way.
Right. And here's a small habit that can make a big difference: going to bed just 15 minutes earlier.
Only 15 minutes? That sounds so easy.
It is, but think about it. 15 minutes a night is almost 2 extra hours of sleep every week.
Wow, that's like one extra movie of sleep.
Exactly. And your body feels the difference. More energy, better focus, and fewer grumpy mornings.
Yes, because let's be honest, nobody likes a grumpy morning version of David.
Hey, I'm never grumpy.
Listeners, don't believe him.
All right. But there's another small but powerful habit: digital hygiene.
Ah, yes. That's my weakness.
Mine too. We look at our phones right before sleep, scrolling, watching videos, answering messages.
And then suddenly, oops, it's 1 a.m.
Exactly. But reducing screen time before bed really helps.
Yes. Even 30 minutes without screens can make it easier to fall asleep. Maybe read a book, drink tea, or write in a journal.
Or just talk to someone. Old-fashioned, but nice.
Wow. David suggesting talking instead of screens? Shocking.
I know. But the point is, give your brain a break from all the light and noise.
Yes. It's like telling your body, hey, time to relax now.
So, listeners, 2 simple bedtime tweaks. Go to bed 15 minutes earlier and put your phone away before sleep.
Tiny actions, but huge results. Better rest, better mornings, and more energy for the whole day.
And fewer grumpy Davids.
Yes, that's the best benefit of all.
Jess, here's another small but powerful habit. Journaling.
Oh, yes, I love this topic. But wait, David, when people hear journaling, they sometimes imagine hours of writing, deep emotions, maybe even a leather notebook with a golden pen.
True, but it doesn't have to be dramatic. You can start with something very small, just 1 line a day.
Yes, one sentence, that's all. For example, today I had coffee with my friend and it made me happy.
Exactly. Or, it rained, but the air smelled fresh.
Oh, poetic again, David.
Thank you. But seriously, it's easy. 1 line is not scary. And over time, those lines become a story of your life.
Yes, imagine after 1 year, you have 365 little memories, even if you write just one sentence a day.
And the best part? You don't need rules. No teacher will check your grammar. No one gives you a grade.
Thank goodness, I would fail my own diary.
Don't worry, Jess. Diaries don't give grades.
I know, but people often think, I don't know what to write. My advice? Just write anything.
Yes, like, I'm tired. That's okay. Or, the bus driver was singing Beyoncé again.
Oh, yes, that would fill my diary. Every page, bus driver, Beyoncé, volume too high.
And one day, someone will find it and think it's a secret music history book.
Exactly. But the point is, journaling helps you notice small moments.
Yes. And it also helps reduce stress. When you put your thoughts on paper, your brain feels lighter.
I like that. Like taking the thoughts out of your head and giving them a little vacation on the page.
Beautifully said. And for language learners, journaling is double helpful.
True. You practice writing in English, even if it's just one line.
Exactly. It's like free language practice.
So, listeners, don't think you need to write a novel. Just one line. A memory, a thought, a feeling, a funny story.
And in time, you'll see how your life and your English both grow, 1 sentence at a time.
Yes, and one day you can look back and say, wow, look at all the little things that made my year.
That's the compound effect again. Small words, big impact.
And maybe, just maybe, you'll discover your inner poet like David.
Jess, don't make me blush on the podcast. Jess, let's talk about another small habit with a big effect. Reading.
Yes, but not the endless scrolling on your phone.
Exactly. Even just 5 pages a day. That's it. No pressure.
5 pages. That sounds doable. Much better than scrolling for 1 hour and forgetting everything you saw.
Yes, social media is fun, but it doesn't give your brain a workout. Reading 5 pages is like a small gym session for your mind.
Oh, I love that. Mental push-ups.
Exactly. And think about it. 5 pages a day is 35 pages a week. Over a month, that's more than 140 pages.
Wow, that's a full book in just a couple of months. And the best part, you actually remember what you read.
Right. Unlike the 500 posts you scrolled last night.
True. And reading is relaxing. You can drink tea, sit in a cozy corner, and escape from the phone world for a few minutes.
Yes, it's like giving your brain a little vacation.
And you also improve your vocabulary. Every page has new words, phrases, or ideas.
Exactly. And if you read in English, it helps your listening and speaking too. The words start to feel natural when you say them later.
Oh, yes. I noticed that. The more I read, the easier it is to speak English without thinking too much.
That's the magic of small habits. 5 pages a day, every day, and suddenly you're reading a novel, understanding a newspaper, or even finishing that book you started years ago.
And you don't need a big library. Just one book, one ebook, one story.
Yes, and listen, it doesn't have to be serious literature. Comics, short stories, even fun blogs count.
Exactly. Just something that makes you want to turn the page.
So, listeners, put your phone down for a few minutes a day. Read, just 5 pages.
And notice the difference. More focus, more knowledge, more calm, and less, oops, I wasted 2 hours scrolling.
Exactly. Your brain will thank you.
Yes, and maybe you'll even start enjoying reading as much as coffee in the morning.
Ah, yes. Coffee and 5 pages. Perfect combo.
Only in autumn, right? Cozy season.
Jess, here's a habit that's fun and tiny, but really powerful. Learning one new thing every day.
Oh, yes, and let's keep it small, like one new word, not a whole dictionary.
Exactly. 1 word per day. Just a little bite for your brain.
One word a day doesn't sound scary, and after 1 year, that's 365 new words.
Yes, and imagine how much easier it is to speak, read, and understand English after that.
And it's fun too. You can pick words from songs, movies, or conversations.
Or even from social media posts. Just don't scroll too much.
True. Word of the day apps are also great. You open your phone, see one word, learn it, and move on.
Exactly. And it's even better if you use the word in a sentence right away.
Yes. Like today, I learned the word cozy. And I said, this podcast is so cozy.
Perfect. That's exactly how it works. Small action, big impact.
And it's exciting too. Every day is a little adventure in learning.
Yes, and here's the secret. Microdoses are easier to remember than trying to learn 10 words at once.
Oh, yes, our brains like small, easy steps. One word a day sticks much better than 10 words crammed in an hour.
And after some months, you'll notice your English is richer, you can describe things better, and reading becomes easier.
Yes, and it's motivating. You don't feel overwhelmed, but every day you're growing a little.
And the best part is, one day someone will be impressed and say, "Wow, your English is amazing." And you'll think, "Thank you, tiny habits."
Yes, tiny habits equal huge results.
So, listeners, pick one new word today. Write it down, say it out loud, use it in a sentence.
And tomorrow, add another word, and then another. By the end of the year, you'll have your own mini dictionary.
Exactly. Small steps every day lead to big progress.
And you don't even need a cape to be a superhero of English.
That's right. 1 word at a time. Jess, here's another tiny but super powerful habit, the 2-minute rule.
Yes, I love this one. But remind me, what exactly is it?
It's simple. If a task takes less than 2 minutes, just do it immediately. Don't wait.
2 minutes? That's nothing. But somehow we always say, I'll do it later.
Exactly, like putting your dishes in the dishwasher, or replying to a quick email, or even taking out the trash.
Oh, yes, my trash always waits for later, and then it grows legs and walks itself.
Exactly. And those little delays add up. Before you know it, your small tasks become big stress.
Yes, but if you do them immediately, 2 minutes or less, they disappear from your mind. No clutter, no stress.
Right, and the funny thing is, 2 minutes is really short. You can even do it while listening to this podcast.
That's true. Fold a shirt, water a plant, or write a quick note, all while David talks about luxury cars and bus adventures.
Exactly. And imagine if you did 3 or 4 small tasks like this every day. It adds up.
Yes, the compound effect again. 2 minutes here, 2 minutes there, and suddenly your day is more organized, more productive, less stressful.
And the best part? You don't need motivation. You just act immediately. No thinking, no over-planning.
I like that. Less thinking, more doing.
Exactly. It's perfect for tiny habits, too. Want to write 1 line in a journal? 2 minutes. Want to read 5 pages? Might take longer, but the start is under 2 minutes.
Yes, the rule works as a starting point. Just begin. That's the hardest part for many people.
So, listeners, the 2-minute rule. Anything small, do it now. No excuses.
Even if it's just brushing a little dust off your desk or sending a thank you text.
Yes, tiny actions done immediately make life smoother and calmer.
And maybe, just maybe, you'll feel like a superhero doing all these tiny victories in 2 minutes.
Tiny victories every day. That's the secret. Jess, here's another small habit that can really improve your life. Decluttering.
Yes, but I like to think small. Not the entire house, not the whole office, just one drawer or one folder at a time.
Exactly. Most people get overwhelmed because they try to clean everything at once. But small spaces are easier to manage.
Yes, like my junk drawer at home. It always looks chaotic, but if I spend 5 minutes sorting one drawer, it already feels better.
And it's amazing how much mental space clears when your physical space is organized.
Absolutely. Even just one folder on your computer. Organizing documents, deleting old files, it takes a few minutes, but suddenly you feel lighter.
Right. It's like giving your brain a little break. You can focus better, make decisions faster, and feel less stressed.
And the best part, you don't need motivation to do the whole room. One small space is enough to start.
Yes, and when you do one drawer today, one folder tomorrow, eventually, the whole space becomes organized without feeling overwhelming.
Exactly. Small steps every day. And it's satisfying too. You open a drawer, see it's tidy, and feel a little victory.
Yes, even tiny victories matter.
And they motivate you to do more. One clean drawer leads to another. One folder leads to another.
It's like the compound effect again. Small actions accumulating into a big change.
Yes, and it applies not only to physical spaces, but also digital spaces. Your phone, your email inbox, one folder at a time.
Even the desktop on your computer. It's amazing how just organizing icons can reduce stress.
So listeners, pick a small space today. One drawer, one folder, one little corner. Spend 5 or 10 minutes. That's enough.
Yes, and notice the result immediately. You feel calmer, more focused, and more in control.
Small actions, big impact, just like all the other tiny habits we've been talking about.
Exactly. It's amazing how small, manageable actions can completely improve your day. Jess, let's move from physical habits to something a little more emotional.
Ah, yes, I love this topic. Gratitude. It's simple, but it really changes the way you see your day.
Exactly. One small habit is to write 3 things you're grateful for each day.
And they don't have to be big things. You don't need to write, I'm grateful for winning the lottery.
Yes, the little things count, like a good cup of coffee in the morning, or a chat with a friend, or even sunshine in autumn.
Exactly. And doing this every day trains your mind to notice positive things, even on difficult days.
Right. It shifts your focus from what's missing to what's already there.
And the amazing part is, you don't need much time. 5 minutes in the morning or before bed is enough.
Yes, and writing it down makes it more powerful than just thinking about it. Your brain remembers it better.
I love that. I usually write mine in a small notebook. One day it's a warm bus ride. Another day it's a funny conversation with David.
Hey, I appreciate the mention.
See, even a tiny moment like that counts as gratitude.
Yes, and over time, you start noticing more good things automatically. It becomes a habit to appreciate small joys.
And it also improves relationships. If you're grateful for people in your life, you start expressing it more often.
Exactly. Gratitude spreads. A simple thank you or I appreciate you can make someone's day better.
Yes, and the mental benefits are huge. Less stress, better mood, more patience.
So, listeners, pick 3 things today. Write them down. Big or small, it doesn't matter.
And do it tomorrow and the day after. Slowly, your perspective will shift.
It's amazing how such a small action, just 3 lines, can change how you feel and how you interact with the world.
Yes, tiny habits, big impact. Even emotional habits can be small steps every day.
Exactly. Gratitude practice is like watering a plant. A little, every day, and soon it grows strong and beautiful.
And you get to enjoy the bloom every day in your own life.
Jess, let's move to another emotional habit, positive self-talk.
Yes, this is so important. So many people are kind to others, but not to themselves.
Exactly. One small habit is to say one positive sentence to yourself every day.
It can be very simple, like, I can handle today, or I am learning and improving every day.
Yes, and the best part is, you don't need to spend a lot of time. One sentence in the morning is enough to set the tone for your day.
And it's surprisingly powerful. When you repeat it daily, your brain starts believing it.
Right. It's like training your mind. Instead of thinking, I can't do this, you say, I can try, and that's enough.
Yes! And it helps with stress, too. When you face challenges, a positive affirmation can calm you down and give confidence.
And it doesn't have to be serious all the time. For example, I sometimes say, I survived last week, I can survive today.
That's good, David. Realistic and honest. I sometimes say, I am enough, even if I make mistakes.
Perfect. And the great thing about this habit, it's invisible to others, but it shapes how you act, speak, and feel.
Yes, and it doesn't need to be complicated. One sentence written down or spoken aloud every day.
And over time, you notice subtle changes, less self-criticism, more patience with yourself, more confidence.
Exactly. And combining this with gratitude practice makes it even stronger. You notice the good things and remind yourself that you are capable.
So listeners, pick one positive sentence today. Say it aloud, write it down, or even repeat it quietly to yourself.
And do it every day. Slowly, it becomes a natural habit, and you'll see small but meaningful changes in your mood and mindset.
Tiny habits again. One sentence at a time, but over weeks and months, they really add up.
Yes, it's amazing how small words said to yourself can influence your whole day.
Exactly. Positive self-talk is like giving your mind a little warm hug every morning.
Yes, a tiny hug that makes a big difference over time.
Jess, let's continue with emotional and social habits. And I want to talk about acts of kindness.
Oh, yes, I love this one. Small acts can really make a difference, and they feel good, too.
Exactly. And it doesn't have to be anything huge. Even one small good deed a day counts.
Yes, like holding the door for someone, giving a compliment, or sending a nice message to a friend.
Or giving your neighbor the last slice of pizza. I did that once.
The legendary last slice. That's true kindness.
Yes, and the neighbor looked so happy it was amazing.
Or even just smiling at a stranger. Sometimes that's enough to brighten someone's day.
True, and it works on you too. Doing something nice makes you feel, well, nice.
Yes, it's a little happiness boost. I like calling it a kindness ping. You send it out, and it bounces back to you.
Uh-huh. Kindness ping. I like that. I think I'll start using that in my emails.
Kindness ping sent. Perfect.
And it's small enough to do every day. You don't need a whole plan or organization, just one little deed.
Yes, and over time it adds up. 1 week, 1 month, 1 year. Think of how many people you've made smile.
Or how many smiles bounced back to you. I swear, I got more smiles after holding the door than any time I paid for coffee.
Exactly. It's contagious. And it doesn't cost anything except a little attention.
And it can be spontaneous. You don't have to plan it. A small gesture at the right moment can make someone's day.
Yes, and for social habits, it's perfect. You stay connected, notice people, and spread positivity.
So, listeners, pick one small act of kindness today. A smile, a message, a door held open, anything.
And tomorrow, do another. Slowly, you'll create a habit that feels natural, and your life will be brighter too.
And maybe people will start calling you the friendly neighbor.
Or the kindness champion. I like that title.
Me too. Tiny habits, big smiles. That's the secret. And one more social habit, connecting with friends.
Yes, and it can be as simple as sending a short message, not a long chat, just a little hi or thinking of you.
Exactly. And it's amazing how such a small action can really lift someone's day.
Or even your own day. I remember sending a good morning text to my friend last week, and she replied with a funny emoji that made me laugh for 5 minutes.
That's the power of small connections. And you don't need a special reason, just letting someone know you care.
Yes, sometimes I send a meme, sometimes a song link, sometimes just, hi, how's your day?
And it's quick, too. 1 minute, maybe 2, but it strengthens relationships over time.
Exactly. And it reminds people you're thinking of them, even when life gets busy.
I like to think of it like planting little friendship seeds. Every day, one message, one emoji, one smiley face. Over time, it grows into something stronger.
Yes, and it also keeps you accountable. If someone replies, it sparks a conversation. If not, it's okay. You've still reached out.
And the funny part is, sometimes you get a response you didn't expect, like a crazy story or a funny photo, and suddenly your day is brighter.
That's true. And it's a reminder that friendships don't need to be complicated. Small gestures matter.
So, listeners, pick one person today. Send a short message, a note, a meme, a thinking of you, just a little connection.
And do it tomorrow too. Slowly, these small connections become natural. Your relationships feel closer, even if you're busy.
Yes, tiny social habits, tiny messages, but big impact on your friendships and mood.
And who knows, maybe one day you'll be the friend everyone looks forward to hearing from.
Exactly. One small message at a time.
You know, David, I've started this little habit of tracking everything I do in a notebook, even tiny things like drinking water or stretching for 5 minutes.
Oh, really? How's that working for you?
Honestly, it's surprisingly motivating. There's something satisfying about ticking a box or writing a check mark. It's like telling yourself, yes, I did it today.
I know what you mean. That little visual reward gives you a sense of achievement, even for the smallest tasks.
Exactly. And it doesn't take long to do, just a quick tick, and suddenly you see a chain of boxes filled. And that chain makes you want to keep going.
Ah, yes, the chain effect. I've seen it in apps, too. One day you tick. The next day you don't want to break the streak. It becomes almost addictive, in a good way.
Addictive, yes, but healthy. It's like a tiny cheer every day, reminding you that progress is happening.
And the brain responds to that reward. It releases a little dopamine every time you see the tick mark. That's why it feels so good.
I didn't know that. So even something as small as ticking a box has a chemical effect on your motivation?
Exactly. And over time, it reinforces the habit. You don't rely on willpower as much because the habit is self-rewarding.
That's brilliant. I've also noticed that when I track habits, I become more mindful of what I do. Even small actions feel important because they're recorded.
Yes, and it's not just about the tick itself, it's about seeing progress. Sometimes a habit feels invisible, like you're not doing enough, but seeing it on paper makes it real.
Totally. Like, oh wow, I actually did 10 push-ups every day this week. Small wins suddenly feel big.
And that's the secret of long-term growth. You start with small habits, track them, and over months or years, all those little ticks add up to something substantial.
I love that idea. It turns abstract goals into something tangible. You can see your journey.
And it works for any habit: health, learning, emotional habits, social connections. You track a little every day, and over time, it compounds.
It's funny how something so simple, just marking a box, can have such a strong psychological effect. You don't need fancy tools or apps. A notebook and a pen are enough.
Exactly. And it's satisfying in a way that scrolling through an app or checking notifications can never replace.
True, there's no notification for a tick mark, but it feels like a private victory.
And the more consistent you are, the more confidence you gain. You realize you can stick to things. It builds trust in yourself.
Yes, and that trust grows slowly. You start believing in your ability to take small steps every day, and that belief carries over to bigger goals.
That's why tracking habits is not just about motivation today, it's about creating a long-term perspective. You see the value of small, consistent actions over time.
I like thinking of it like planting seeds. Each tick is a seed, and over months and years, you have a whole garden of progress.
Exactly. And it's a garden you built yourself, step by step.
And the best part is, even when life gets busy or stressful, you can always do something, tick a box, and know you're still moving forward.
Yes, that's the beauty of tiny habits combined with tracking. Motivation comes naturally because you can see your efforts.
And eventually, it becomes part of your identity. You don't just do habits, you become someone who keeps promises to yourself, one tick at a time.
Exactly. Long-term growth isn't about giant leaps. It's about those small, consistent, trackable actions that build momentum.
I love that. It's empowering, simple, and actually joyful. Just marking a box and feeling a little victory every day.
And it proves something important. Even the smallest actions, tracked consistently, create real change over time.
Yes, tiny habits tracked daily lead to big transformations. And it all starts with a one simple tick. David, I've been thinking a lot about this idea of consistency versus intensity. People always want to do big, dramatic changes, but somehow it rarely sticks.
Yes, it's a common trap. We think, I'll work out 2 hours a day, or I'll memorize 100 new words today. But big bursts of effort often burn out fast.
Exactly, and I've noticed small daily actions feel almost effortless, but they actually build real results over time.
Yes, that's the beauty of small but daily. Even 5 push-ups, 1 new word, or a short walk every day adds up more than a huge effort once in a while.
And it's less scary, too. You don't feel like you have to climb a mountain every day. Just take a small step.
Right. And it creates a rhythm. Your brain gets used to daily practice, and soon it becomes automatic.
I love that. It's like watering a plant every day versus pouring a bucket once a month. This small, steady care wins every time.
Exactly. And consistency builds confidence. Even if you do something tiny, seeing yourself do it every day reinforces that you can stick to habits.
Yes, and it teaches patience, too. Change doesn't need to be instant. Small steps create a natural momentum.
And interestingly, intensity alone can be demotivating. A huge effort might feel rewarding in the moment, but if it's too much, you avoid it the next day.
Yes, whereas small actions are easy to start, easy to continue, and even easy to forgive yourself if you miss one day.
Exactly. Missing one day doesn't break the habit, because the long-term consistency matters more than a single intense effort.
It's also less stressful. Instead of feeling pressure to be perfect, you just focus on tiny wins. Every day counts, and the pressure disappears.
Yes, and when you add it all up, one small step every day, you're often further ahead than someone who tries huge bursts and quits.
It's funny, isn't it? People chase dramatic results, but small daily actions quietly do all the real work.
Exactly. And it works in every area: learning, exercise, emotional habits, social connections. Small daily actions compound into big change.
And it teaches a mindset shift, too. Life isn't about sprinting once and hoping for a miracle. It's about showing up, even in tiny ways, every single day.
Yes, tiny steps become habits. Habits create momentum, and momentum builds results without you even noticing it first.
And it's kind of magical, isn't it? Small daily habits feel almost invisible, but they quietly transform your life.
Exactly. So, listeners, remember, don't chase intensity. Focus on small daily actions. Show up, do a little, and let the compound effect do the rest.
Small but daily wins. Tiny actions, steady progress, and long-term success. That's the real secret. David, I was thinking about how all these tiny habits we talk about, drinking water, reading 5 pages, sending a short message, they start feeling like who we are, not just what we do.
Yes, that's such an interesting point. When you repeat a habit consistently, it stops being just an action and starts becoming part of your identity.
Exactly. Like, if I write one line in my journal every day, I don't just do journaling. I start thinking of myself as someone who reflects and notices small details in life.
Right. Or if you consistently exercise a little each day, you start thinking, I'm the kind of person who takes care of their body, rather than just, I exercised today.
I like that. It's almost like your habits whisper to your brain, this is who you are.
Yes, exactly. And it works both ways. Your identity reinforces your habits, and your habits reinforce your identity.
It's like a snowball. Tiny actions at first, almost invisible, but as they roll along, they grow and shape how you see yourself.
And the really cool part, you don't have to force yourself to change who you are overnight. Small, consistent steps do it naturally.
Yes, it's less intimidating than thinking, I have to become a completely new person. You just become a little better every day, and eventually your identity shifts.
I love that analogy. You start tiny, almost invisible, and before you know it, you're a different person, in a good way.
And it's empowering. You realize you can change, not by trying to change everything at once, but by doing small things consistently.
Exactly. And the habits don't just affect how you see yourself, they affect how you behave naturally. You make choices aligned with the person you're becoming.
Yes, and that's the secret of long-term growth. Tiny habits are the seeds, and identity change is the tree that grows from them.
Tiny seeds, big trees. I like that. And the best part is, anyone can start. It doesn't require a motivation, just repetition.
And slowly, you wake up one day and realize you are the person you've been quietly becoming all along.
Exactly. That's the magic. Small habits, snowball, identity, changes, and suddenly it all feels natural.
It's almost invisible while it's happening, but looking back, you can see how far you've come.
Yes. And that's why tiny habits are so powerful. They don't just change what you do, they change who you are.
And that's kind of amazing, isn't it? A cup of water, 5 pages of reading, a short message, all little steps that quietly make you a new person.
Absolutely. Tiny actions, identity transformation, the snowball effect in real life.
David, I was reading about people who completely transform their lives with the tiniest habits, and it's incredible.
Oh, really? Like what kind of habits?
Well, for example, there's this woman who wanted to get fit but hated gyms. She started by doing just 1 push-up a day. 1! And over months, that tiny habit snowballed into daily workouts, running, and even half marathons.
1 push-up? That's it? And she ran half marathons later? Amazing.
Yes, the key was she started ridiculously small. There was no pressure, no stress, just a single action every day.
That's brilliant. I love how micro habits remove the intimidation factor. People feel like they can start because the first step is tiny.
Exactly. And there's another story of a man who wanted to read more. Instead of forcing himself to finish big books, he read just 1 page a day. 1 page. But after a year, he had read over 30 books.
1 page, and suddenly he's a bookworm. I love that. It makes me want to read 1 page a day, too.
Yes, and what's amazing is these small habits don't just create results, they change identity. That woman became a runner. That man became a reader.
Exactly. Tiny, consistent actions shape who you are over time.
And it's not just health or learning. I read about someone who wanted to improve relationships. She started by sending one kind message daily to a friend or colleague. One message. Slowly, her friendships strengthened and she became more connected socially.
1 message a day. Simple, but powerful. And her social life improved without her even planning a big overhaul.
Yes, and the stories all have a pattern. Start tiny, repeat consistently, let it snowball. People don't even notice the change at first, but a year later, their life looks completely different.
It's really inspiring. It makes you think, if all these transformations started with one tiny habit, what could we do if we just pick one thing and stick with it?
Exactly. A small change today can feel almost invisible, but give it months and it might completely transform your health, knowledge, relationships, or mindset.
And it doesn't matter how small it seems. 1 push-up, 1 page, 1 message, they all add up.
Yes, and the best part is anyone can start. No special skills, no perfect timing, just one micro habit at a time.
It's slowly, you become a different person. The one you've always wanted to be, but without forcing it.
Exactly. Life-changing stories, tiny habits, one step at a time. The power is really in the small daily actions.
Yes, the compound effect in action. And the best part, you can start today with literally one tiny habit.
1 push-up, 1 page, 1 message. And who knows, a year from now, we could be completely different people.
Exactly. Tiny habits, big transformations. That's the magic.
David, sometimes people ask me, where do I even start? It all feels too big. And I always tell them, just pick one small habit. Just one.
Yes, the first step is always the hardest, but it doesn't have to be complicated. Even the tiniest habit can make a huge difference if you start today.
Exactly. Like maybe you want to drink more water, read more, or write a sentence in your journal. Pick one small thing that feels doable.
And the key is to make it ridiculously easy. If it feels like a burden, it won't stick. Start so small that you can't say no.
Yes, like telling yourself, I'll just do 1 push-up today. 1. You don't even have to go to the gym.
That's right. Or read just 1 page of a book. Or send 1 short message to a friend. The important thing is starting, just 1 small step.
And it doesn't have to be perfect. You just show up, do it, and feel a little victory. That tiny success builds momentum.
Yes, and once you start, it often inspires you to do more naturally. 1 push-up might turn into 5. 1 page might turn into 10.
Exactly. And it's not about doing everything at once. It's about showing yourself that you can start. That's the most important part.
And here's another trick. Connect the new habit to something you already do. For example, after brushing your teeth, drink a glass of water. Or after making coffee, write 1 sentence in your journal.
I love that. Habits are easier when they piggyback on existing routines. Your brain recognizes the cue and follows through automatically.
Yes, and remember, you don't need motivation or mood swings to succeed. Just 1 tiny action, repeated consistently, builds results over time.
So, listeners, think of one small habit you can start today. Something simple. 1 page, 1 push-up, 1 message, 1 line in a journal.
And do it right after something you already do. Make it a mini ritual. That's how habits grow naturally.
And the best part? You don't need to change your whole life today. One tiny habit is enough to get started, and it's already a win.
Exactly. Start small, start today, and let the snowball effect do its magic. One habit at a time, one day at a time.
Yes, and after a week, a month, a year, you'll be amazed at how far one small habit can take you.
Tiny steps, big change. Just pick one and start today. That's all it takes.
Wow, David, I feel like today we've just gone on this long walk together, collecting all these tiny habits like little autumn leaves.
That's a beautiful image, Jess. And I agree. We started with these small, simple actions, and we saw how they quietly grow into something really big.
Yes, from making your bed to drinking water, journaling, reading a page, sending a kind message, tiny steps that slowly shape your life.
And the real magic is how those steps don't just add up, they multiply. They become part of your identity. You go from doing to being.
Exactly. Suddenly you're not trying to be healthy, you're a healthy person. Not forcing yourself to read, but you're a reader.
And the best part, it doesn't require huge energy. You don't need to change your whole life overnight. Just one small habit is enough to start.
So maybe right now, if you're listening while making coffee or folding laundry or even sitting in traffic, pause and think, what's one tiny habit I could start this week?
Yes, pick something so small that you can't say no. One push-up, one page, one glass of water, one message to a friend.
And don't try to do all of them at once, please. We're not building a robot. Just choose one and make it your little daily ritual.
Right. No superhero transformation plan. Just one habit for 1 week. That's it.
And here's a challenge for you, dear listeners. Commit to that one small habit for 7 days. Write it down or tell a friend or even message us about it.
Yes, and we'd love to hear what you choose. Which small habit are you starting this week? Tell us in the comments or share your story with us.
And if you enjoyed today's cozy chat, don't forget to subscribe so you never miss an episode of the English Hub.
And of course, share it with a friend, because sometimes the best way to start a habit is together.
Yes. Imagine you and your best friend both drinking a glass of water at the same time every morning, sending each other cheers photos.
That's a habit worth sharing.
And don't forget to leave us a like or a comment about which habit inspires you most. We really do read them, and it makes our day.
It also helps us keep this little community growing because, just like habits, this podcast grows one small step at a time.
Oh, I love that. We're living proof of our own topic.
Exactly. Small actions, big results in habits, in life, and even in podcasts.
So, friends, let's all start today with one tiny habit. Let's see where it takes us in a week, a month, a year.
And next time we meet, maybe you'll already feel that quiet snowball of change rolling in your life.
Until then, stay cozy, stay curious, and don't forget your glass of water.
That's the best reminder. Goodbye, everyone, and thank you for joining us at the English Hub.
Bye, friends. See you next time.